how do you navigate what ifs in your career? I feel like that again as an athlete is such a skill because there's so many what ifs. Like, what if I did that, played it that way, played with this, like, you know, and so talk us through that because I think even in life, like that's what your whole book about. Just for everyone who's listening, Chris's whole book is about what his granddad taught him off the court, which applies on the court, and then on the court lessons that apply off the court.
Right.
And there's this beautiful synergy. But I think there are so many people listening and watching right now who live their life in what ifs.
Yep.
And you've had a lot of what ifs. That's the big one you call out in the book. How do you breathe and live through that?
You know what? It's 24 chapters in my book, you know what I mean, as a tribute to Kobe. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I was actually on the phone with Adam Silver yesterday, and I brought up a Kobe quote talking to him, and I actually talk to Vanessa every now and then too. That's probably one of the coolest, if not the best award that I've gotten since I've been in the NBA was a year before last. They started a Kobe and Gigi award, and I was able to get the first one that they did. And so Kobe was just different, right? In the way he approached things, but the way we competed against each other. And I think in the book, what I keep talking about when you say the what ifs, right? I always say if there was one thing that I could change in my entire career, it wouldn't be wins and losses. It would be how I rehabbed after my very first surgery, right? So I had surgery on my meniscus back in 2009, right? And I was so young, 2009, 2010, and I was so young at the time that it was like, all right, they did the surgery. Okay, I'm gonna be fine, right? Didn't really take rehab that serious because I was just so young. It was like, okay, they fixed it, I'm gonna be fine. But because of that, I've had so many different things over my career, different hamstring things or whatnot. And me and my agent was talking about it the other day, but sort of the story of my career has been the different situations that have happened over my career, how I've learned from them. Mm. Right. So an injury that I had, right? It taught me something, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure out how this is gonna make me better. Right. I get traded or whatnot. Okay, they feel like I ain't performing well enough or I'm not playing enough games. How is this gonna make me better? So every time something has happened, right? You know, like I talk about in the book, the craziest thing, probably one of the craziest things in my career was that injury in Houston. Mm-hmm. When I got hurt and we were a game away from going to the NBA Finals. And so had that not happened, had I not hurt my hamstring that year and then hurt it again the next year, I don't think I still would be playing in the league right now. Mm. Because all of that stuff was a wake-up call to me. It was like, I got to change something. I got to change something. I got to figure this out. And once all that stuff happens, right? So if you sit around, and I'll tell you this, if you sit around and dwell on that what if too long, somebody gonna pass you by. Mm. You know, so if you sitting over there trying to figure out what if, somebody else over here gonna take your job. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I love that idea. If this happened, what can I do better? This happened, what can I do better? That mentality of like continuous improvement and rededication as opposed to...
Exactly. Instead of what if, it might be what's next. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, you can sit back and chill, and me and Kobe every now and then be like, man, we play together. Yeah, what not? But everybody can't do it, but I can compartmentalize that. I can talk about this what if, but I'm still, you know, I still got my eye on what the goal is.
Yeah. I think a lot of us live in what if, but we all have to learn to live in what is. Yeah. And then what's next, as you said, because that's all we have.
Yep.
And I love hearing that. It's great, but what I appreciate is it's a nuance. It's really subtle what you just said there, and I want people to appreciate it because what you're saying is I can feel this way, I can compartmentalize it, and I can move on. And I think that's super healthy because I think a lot of us pretend like we don't have what ifs.
Right.
Like it's easy to walk, and I love what you just talked about with your injury. It's very easy to walk around and be like, I got no regrets. I have no what ifs in my life. But the truth is we all have them.
Yeah.
And if you don't address them, they're gonna come up somewhere.
Exactly.
But you're saying, no, you have it, compartmentalize it, and then focus on what next.
Right.
That really
otherwise
resonates.
You're gonna be sitting around telling them high school stories or whatnot that don't nobody care about no more.
Yeah, and that happens to all of us. We can all live in nostalgia and walk down memory lane. Chris, this has been such an honor to sit with you. Is there something that I haven't asked you, or something that's in your heart and mind right now? Before I have a couple more questions, but is there anything that I haven't asked you, or something that's on your heart and mind right now that you really want to share that you feel I haven't touched on?
No, just the appreciation for this and being able to talk and tell my story through the book. And I hope people can really feel that it was really about that. It was about letting people understand and know about me and make sure that people understand that, look, my family, like anybody else, has got their issues. Everybody isn't all like loving and all this stuff on each other at all times. I mean, extended family or whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's my family, and as long as try to work through different things with you and yours, I promise you, you'll appreciate it in the end.
Yeah, I love that.